I think we're very close to augmented reality. I think all four of us are gonna have a piece of content in 36 months, that has us and our created pet in it.
A virtual pet.
I think we're very close to having a cartoon partner in our lives. Let me explain. Snapchat's kind of studio, I think we're very close to augmented reality. Mm-hmm. I think where we go with that is your pet. I think we're all gonna, I think all four of us are gonna have a piece of content in 36 months, that has us and our created pet in it.
A virtual pet. Going back to
a virtual something.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have a meeting today with my team and I'm gonna create basically a Disney World of characters that we're gonna design and we're gonna show up in my content because you can. Like literally like Sasha the sneaker is like a sneaker character and I'm gonna use him for all my sneaker stuff. We should make Airport Gary right away. I want you to design Sasha the sneaker. No Grandma V yet. We should like Larry the librarian to support me on the books. See where I'm going? Like we know my world. That's what.
Like a DJ character for like all your music stuff.
100%. Like a marshmallow like. Maybe his head should be the 5. I actually think I like that idea. And by the way, we're gonna design them in Snapchat. We're gonna use them in DailyVee. Like when I make fun of like Rick and Sally, like naturally, like their little head's gonna pop up and be like, you know? I genuinely think this is the next big IP space. I think in 36, 48 months, that's where this all goes. You guys all have your own Tamagotchi, kind of like, you know, you're gonna all have your own character. Look, I think Instagram stories is like, you know, like more reach now than, you know, like real actual reach.
You see more, like the amount of viewers that you get on your Snapchat story, like compared to the amount of followers you have, like compared to your post, organic reach is like much like higher just because of where it is in like Instagram. It's just like much easier to look through the top circles than it is just the feed. So like you actually see, like your followers see your Snapchats, your Instagram stories more than your actual feed and like your actual posts.
I'm aware.
Yeah, so it definitely makes sense why like, you know, like I know like just from like a branding, like everyone, like shout outs like on Instagram, you know, like have been less about like feed posts and like more about just stories. So companies have just been using stories.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Like literally, like my sneaker and was what, November? Yeah, November. And the book was Jesus Christ, January, right. In that 8 weeks, I went from being pissed that people were giving me shout outs for the sneaker in the story to wanting them to give it to me in the story. 8 weeks. But the number one thing that I think could change our game really fast is community management. And the cool thing is, I think everybody should do it because it's the quickest way to learn what's actually happening here. It's just like listening is different than replying. Think about how much I believe in community management. My second book was The Thank You Economy. I don't know what else to tell you. So how long were you at?
2 years.
And then went to for?
About 2 years.
Oh really?
Well, 18 months.
You held on, you didn't want to, you knew right away?
I knew within like 2 weeks.
And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, so I got to do
You were hacking away to make it worth your while for the year.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to bounce so quickly on a resume.
Yeah, I just thought.
I gotta make some content around that. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people think.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I was with some guys who are in finance and real estate this weekend, and I made a comment about that. We were talking about this exact stuff, and they're like, I don't know if that matters. And you know, I thought personally, like realistically, if I could have a conversation with someone and say, look, yeah, this is why that didn't work out, but I did what I could, and you know, we swung and missed 3 times.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a piece of content about that.
I think that's interesting.
I have a quick video rant to make.
Oh, right
after,
now?
Well, I'm gonna finish here, but because of this, yes. Hey guys, something that's been emerging, just came out of a great meeting with a young winner in my company. This is just a random piece of content I think is gonna help a lot of people. I think a lot of people are staying in jobs for 1 or 2 years after they realize the job sucks or is not for them 2 or 3 weeks in. And I think the reason they're doing that is they're worried that it's gonna look bad on their resume. And I just don't think that's as real as people think in today's environment. I just don't know what else to say. To me, the way I look at it is, number one, if a company looks at your resume when you submit it and sees that you only work somewhere for 2 months and that eliminates you, you probably don't want to work for that company. Number two, if you get in the door, you can just explain that you used your self-awareness to recognize it wasn't a good fit, or you undercovered this or that or the other thing, or you were sold a bag of goods that weren't real. And just the thought of people in their 20s wasting 2 years because they want their resume to not look awkward to then get another job at a place that would judge you on that resume just feels like one big shit circle. So, recommendation of the day, don't overthink it. Like, if the job sucks, bounce. It's not gonna really fuck up your resume in the world that we're actually living in.
We want to jumpstart the social media thing. We want to basically just come here and just talk to you, let you know what we have going on, and just hear your thoughts.
So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, his channels blew up immediately because he had just won the CrossFit Games. People wanted to start following him.
Yeah, of course.
It was skyrocketing, right?
But you were taking all that energy and putting it into the gyms instead of the brand.
It was never big.
Makes sense. It's 2008.
The awkwardest thing, so for example, is that he has 50,000 followers on YouTube, but we only get a few hundred hits on videos. So we're feeling like they're stale right now. We're trying to reactivate these.
You know what's amazing? This will get you very excited. I don't think I was much further along 3.5 years ago when I got serious.
Yeah.
Like, I had my thing, I was winning, good things were happening, but I think I was at 48,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was at 34,000 Instagram followers. Like, I was big on Twitter, because that's where I come from.
Right.
But I was head down and building Vayner. I got rebooted. D-Rock started 3 years ago. I guess maybe 40, what do you mean, 28? I got rebooted somewhere in 3.5, 4 years ago. And it happened really fast. So it's funny, I think I was in a very, a lot of people, I'm in a very good spot right now.
Yeah.
But 3.5, 4 years ago, I was in a stale spot for personal brand.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You need to start thinking of yourself as a media company. I'm sure you guys, it seems like you know enough about me to know, there's nothing I think I'm gonna tell you that's maybe not something you've ever heard before.
Right.
You need to have written, audio, and video formed content being put out at scale every you have to understand, here's the thing, it's a land grab. Is it as easy to become a CrossFit celebrity today as it was in 2008? No.
Right.
Supply and demand.
Right.
The supply and demand of awareness and attention in this device across the 11 platforms that matter will never be better than it is right now.
Right.
And it's not as good as it was yesterday.
Right.
Got it?
Right.
If you look at the personalities that win, we're never in the same spot.
Right.
This guy jumps this one, this girl jumps that guy, this guy goes down, this guy goes up. It all happens based on who's best at the thing that matters the most at the time.
Right. Right.
But here's what I'm saying. Moments in time.
Right.
Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn, I'm very bullish on. All this stuff, you have to have a podcast, you have to have written form, you have to have a vlog, you have to have them.
I know that they watching me, trying to figure me out. Like, what's my life like? Am I committed, devout? Perception is relying on what you trained your sight like. So what you see is whatever gets permitted by your eyes, right? I'm guessing that it's okay if they follow me, as long as they know that the praise is never no, not to me. No, not to be condescending, my philosophy.
Yo, Airport Gary, you ready in full effect. Toronto, I'm coming serious. Good day, got a lot done. Very energized. Vayner Sports had a big day. That feels good. And fucking VaynerMedia, man. VaynerX. The whole VaynerX empire. Pure wow, big ups. Secret projects for the summer.
I know that they watching me, trying to figure me out. Like, what's my life like? Am I committed, devout? Perception is relying on what you trained your sight like. So what you